We are here at the Minnesota Sports Card Show giving you an inside look at the sports card industry. We've already talked about a lot of really expensive cards, and I wanted to know what makes a card valuable, worth thousands of dollars, and other cards only worth pennies. I talked to a local collector and dealer to find out. I'm here with Kevin. He is a collector and a buyer with Triple Diamond Sports Cards. You see a lot of cards, you buy a lot of cards, right?
I do, yes, sir.
And so you're probably the perfect person to ask. You know, a lot of people hear these stories about these $1 million cards, $100,000 cards, and they are wondering, like, what makes that card so special and valuable? What makes one card worth thousands and some worth pennies?
We first have to start with the player, right? We're chasing specific players. When it comes to specific sports, when we're thinking of football, we're chasing quarterbacks, people who catch touchdowns, Hall of Famers, people like that. Kind of just big names, and then it comes down to set next. There are certain sets that are just, you know, higher tier than others.
And walking around the show, I'm seeing a lot of the cards have numbering on them where there's only so many printed. I'm sure scarcity and how many are out there is a big part of it.
Absolutely. So you'll get cards that are, you know, one of ones, which is obviously the one and only, and then you'll also get cards numbered to 25, numbered to 50, 100, you know, 250, whatever it may be, and that number indicates how many were printed.
And you know, in basic economic principles, scarcity drives price, and also demand. People won't have to want it too. You can't have a one of one of someone no one's ever heard of. No one's going to buy that.
Exactly.
So it's kind of a lot of business and investing principles come into this.
For sure. And you know, that's part of the reason why I love this hobby so much, because it teaches those business principles and you know, ways to invest in alternative assets.
And it seems like what they're printing the numbers on the card and telling the consumer there's only 5 of this or 100 of this, they're like putting the scarcity and limited nature into it, and they're creating that. Whereas the older cards, it's more the scarcity is of like, did they survive?
Right.
So that scarcity was always been a part of it. Now the companies are kind of baking it into the product.
When you're talking about vintage stuff from the 50s and 60s, you know, that was so long ago. There could have been a lot of different things that have happened to that card.
And I'm sure people, you know, watching this might hear like $100,000 for a card or $1,000 for a card and wondering, gosh, like, I don't have that much money. Is there a place for me as someone that only wants to spend a couple dollars a pack or $100 here and there?
Absolutely. So some of these, you know, $100,000, $1 million cards come out of your, you know, $30, $40 box that you can go buy at Walmart and Target and, you know, places like that. So it's not always the, you know, the $1,000 hobby boxes that are seeing, you know, these valuable cards.
And I have, you know, been walking around the show, I'm seeing these boxes that are like dollar boxes, $2 boxes.
Yeah.
So if people are wanting to just spend a few bucks here and there in the hobby, there is a place for them.
Absolutely, there's a place for everyone. Like you said, there's dollar boxes, and which you can, you know, find some gems in. Sometimes you'll look through a dollar box and you'll find a $10 or a $20 card.